My name's Geeta. I'm an online coach for Different Breed. I love working with women that would love to get stronger in all aspects of training. For my own training, I love to do bouldering. I have recently got into some martial arts, so I've been doing jiu-jitsu, I've been doing boxing. I have always loved Olympic lifting, so want to get better at that, want to get stronger, and have always been really, really interested in Cali. Yeah, want to learn more stuff on the ring, so I'm all about creating really pretty shapes, and I love it to look like it's effortless. Probably two things: being patient and consistency. So I know sometimes when you're learning something, especially a skill, it can be quite frustrating, but the whole process is never linear. And my one advice would be patient, be consistent, and it will come. I think people can be quite hard on themselves, and they think that they have to hit every single point, but life just doesn't work that way. Things get in the way, and it's about being adaptable. Sometimes I think people may think that if someone's good at something, like really athletic, that it's almost like a natural gift for them. But anyone can be athletic as long as you have the correct guidance, the motivation. I think people almost look at it like it's like unachievable for them, but athletic can look so different for different people. My clients, you know Cece, when she very first started with me, she had no belief that she could ever do a pull-up. You know, she always just thought she wasn't strong enough. It did take her like 2 years before she got that, and she was just consistent with her training. So she bought a pull-up bar. She'd put her pull-up bar over the door, and every time she walked through that door, she had to try pull up. So it was like all of those little things that she did that accumulated, and then finally she managed to do it. And now she's bloody doing like weighted pull-ups. She's doing like 5 weighted pull-ups, and it's so easy for her. She's not even just there. She's doing it for reps and sets. So it's kind of like her progress. It was like 2 years of hard graft, and now she's just flying. I would always just say to them, like, it's not the end of the world. We can always adjust things. We can always adapt. It's important in that period of time to actually make sure that you are resting, like if you're going through some sort of injury, but it doesn't mean you have to stop everything altogether. It's just about meeting you where you're at, not being so hard on yourself. It's like, it's part of life as well. Everyone goes through these things. It's like completely normal because it's happened to all of us. Like, we've all been through injuries. We've all been through tough times in our life. Always reassure them. Always just say that progress is never linear in anything. So it's about just making sure you can ride through those points where it feels really, really difficult, but know that you will come out the other side. And it will probably look like that, but it will happen. Progress will happen over time. I've had clients that have had relationships break down. I've had clients that have had bereavements in their family. Again, I feel like it's all just life stuff. It's stuff that you go through in life, and it's kind of like being more kind of like of a soundboard. So letting them express what they want to express, and then kind of like just letting them have that space, and then seeing kind of like where they're at to see which way to navigate. I had a client, she came in and she split up with her girlfriend, and she was in the middle of doing hip thrusts and she just burst out crying. That whole session, she just cried, and that's all she needed to do in that session. She just needed to sit with me, get it all out, and then she was fine. And I think it's just allowing people to have that space. And because I work with quite a lot of females, it is important, it is important to recognize things like that. You know, sometimes we do just need a little bit of space, and then we're typically we're fine to go on to carry on, hip thrust afterwards. So I've got clients that work in TV and film, and their schedules are chaotic. It's about kind of meeting them where they're at certain points. Sometimes they can train consistently for 2 months because they don't have work for 2 months, and then when they're away for 6 months, it's about adjusting that plan. So it is understanding what their schedule's like and making it achievable for them, because sometimes if they're on set, they've got no access to anything, so you have to be adaptable to that. It is definitely like the relationships that I build with people. I love that I really get to know my clients and that I have that relationship with them. They really do become like friends, actually. So it's kind of like sometimes they are seeing you more than they maybe see their like actual friends or their family. So you no doubt build a relationship with your clients. That's quite important to how you're coaching them as well. You can't have like a one size fits all because people don't work like that. So I think the more you're working with a client, the more you're understanding them and understanding what works for them. That's how I stay motivated. Genuinely, it's how I stay motivated. It's because I think before, like I was always just scared to try things because I just thought, oh, well, I have to get really good at one thing and then I can move on to the next thing. But I think as I've got older, I've just realized that you don't have to necessarily do that. You don't have to just like achieve one thing and then move on to the next thing. You can have multiple goals and multiple interests that all kind of like can work really nicely alongside each other. That's my preferred training. And I go through periods where I become really obsessive about something. Like I want to do it all the time. And I used to think it was like a little bit of a negative thing, but now I kind of see it as more of a positive thing that sometimes I feel really motivated to like go after something. So I kind of go more with it intuitively rather than trying to hold myself back. Okay, so it's always taking my kids somewhere. So they do like a million different things. I just want to expose them to all different types of things. So whether it's like they're doing some sort of sports or they're doing music or they're going somewhere, it is sort of calming down. Like as they're getting older, their interests are getting a bit more. It's nice to see them like progress in certain things. I am a bit nervous. I'm not the strongest swimmer. So it was one of the motivators for me to actually sign up for a triathlon. So I have never been a strong swimmer. I had swimming lessons for years when I was younger, but it's one of those things where I've gone away and everyone's like jumped off the boat or something. And I've always been a bit apprehensive because I'm not a strong swimmer. It's been on my mind for years, and I thought the best way to overcome this is to sign up for a triathlon. So the thing that I'm most nervous about is the swimming. I'm having swimming lessons. They're going not that great. They're not going very well. Apparently, everyone keeps telling me I've got lots of time, so I'm going to trust the process. Nothing.
手のひらの上で切れ目を入れられる豆腐を、まな板の上で刻まれるネギを、漁協ハンマー裕次郎会心の作、豆腐のお味噌汁を。
What I would really love to have for breakfast would be pancakes, blueberries, strawberries, lots and lots of honey. Probably like a coconut latte, yeah? So, a little bit exotic. I would love to have a van, travel around and be a YouTuber. I love the idea of not being like committed to like being in one place and just exploring the world. Me and my partner always watch YouTube videos just like this, people going off and like they just set their camera up and they're just like building a hut or something. Do you remember Sabrina, the Teenage Witch? Yeah. When she'd be able to change her outfit? I feel like that could work as well because then you'd spend less time getting ready for the gym, wouldn't you? Or getting ready to do stuff. Yeah, you're like literally like bling. But I feel like that's wasted. Maybe it should be something better.